Hi everyone, I'm JD. Welcome back to my channel. So just picking up where I left off with the Q&A video. So let's just get into it. Ashley asks, what helped you to get through your anxiety? And yeah, thoughts and prayers with you, Ashley, and to any of you who are struggling with depression and anxiety. I know some of you have mentioned that you are struggling with that, and yeah, I know firsthand how painful and hard it can be. And yeah, I guess the first thing I always say with this is what works for one person might not necessarily work for everyone, and often like the causes of your anxiety, that will determine what may help you best. And I think know yourself and know what works for you is, a good tip. All I can do is share what helped me, and I hope it's helpful. And yeah, so like there's 100 things that helped me, 100 lessons that I've learned through that journey, and I don't know, I'll just kind of share the main ones. It's pretty much acceptance commitment therapy is the biggest thing that helped me. So in the past I would have beaten myself up about if I felt anxious or depressed, I would have felt guilty, I would have felt shame, I would have kept it quiet and just punished myself kind of thing, and would have told myself things like, you're not allowed to feel this way, or you're a bad person because you feel this way. And first of all, acceptance commitment therapy says just accept your thoughts and feelings, accept the situation, not as right or wrong, but just as what is, and it's okay. And that stops that cycle of shame and guilt and beating yourself up, and that's just a big relief right there. But the three things in particular helped with that. So, going back. So first of all, accept it, and then commit to living the best life you can anyway. Commit to doing something that will help you right now. And that's the question that I find helpful even now that I don't struggle with depression and anxiety anymore. In my life, I just love this values-based approach. Go, what are your values, and how can you work towards those values right now, no matter how you're feeling or thinking. And the question is that I like to ask is, what is going to be most helpful right now? And then do that thing. So for me, back then, it would have been one of three things. Either pure distraction, because sometimes you can get so caught up in your own thoughts and feelings that you just need some relief, pure, simple relief. And for me, I would just read a book, because I love reading, or watching a movie, or going to the beach, because it just took me out of my own problem and thoughts and helped me to just get some space and to be able to cope and manage. And then when I was in a healthier place, I could go look back at that thing that I was stewing over, and with a bit of perspective you kind of realize, well, for me anyway, it wasn't such a big deal, or that it is a big deal, but now I'm in a healthier place to now deal with it. The other thing is find something you enjoy. So for me, just having something that gave me delight was a huge help, and not feeling guilty about it, but just doing it. For me, it was a survival mechanism, but now I do it just because I love it. So reading, writing, drawing, all that kind of stuff. And the third thing was to do something that gives you an outlet to express yourself. So that was a huge thing for me, to just simply put down in an artwork how I was feeling did wonders. And writing out how I was thinking or feeling, that helped a lot too. Usually drawing was my method of expressing my feelings, and writing was my method of expressing my thoughts, and both were very, very helpful. And as an introvert that worked for me, but if you're an extrovert, talking to someone definitely helps. When I talked to a psychologist, that also was very helpful, because she gave me perspective with my worries, and she would kind of go, reassure me, and I would be so worked up about something or just seeing it from one side, and she would just remind me, hey, it's actually okay. And here I was going off crazy with this, and she's just like, no, it's okay. Or no, you don't have to beat yourself up. No, it's all good. Be kind to yourself, And that was just a really helpful thing. And also just to have someone to listen to me and who just accepted me the way I was and didn't beat me up and didn't judge me. That was a huge relief. So I'm not sure if that was helpful. If you want any more info about that, feel free to ask more questions or get in touch, email or whatever, like that kind of thing. As I said, I don't know, thoughts and prayers with you and everyone who does struggle with this, and I hope things are better or do get better as well. Okay, so Bonnie and Clive asks, what is your bigger picture for Willowbound Journals? I know you mentioned once you'd like your own stationery line, but if Willowbound Journals was already everything you'd wished and dreamed for it to be right now, what would it look like? It's a great question. Sort of hard for me to answer because there isn't really, or hasn't really been, a dream for Willowbound Journals. It was never my plan to have this journal business. I only started making journals in August last year. I only started YouTube, what was it, maybe February this year or something. I only started an Etsy shop in June, I think it was. So it's all very new to me, and all I've been doing is going with the flow kind of thing. I made the journals, and then I thought, let's do YouTube so I can share them. And then I thought, people started buying them, so I was like, let's do an Etsy. And that's just how things have happened. It was never a plan and never a dream of mine to do this. So that's why it's kind of hard to answer. But now that things are kind of taking off, I kind of guess I can dream a little, I suppose, but also part of me is like, maybe don't dream, because who knows what this will end up like. The dream is to work full-time on this and to earn a living from this. That would be absolutely awesome, to do something I love and have it speak to people and help people and that kind of thing. That would be absolutely amazing. And then I would, my biggest dream though is with writing. That's my first love. So to going right out there, be a best-selling author or something like that, but no, just to write books basically. And I don't know, I kind of see Words Like Silk was my original dream and still kind of is, but I can see it merging with Willowbound Journals because it's kind of all together. Journaling, writing, for me that's the connection, that's the big connection, and why I love journaling, because of the writing and the documenting of a life. That's what gets me about journaling, and the tool that writing is and the tool that journaling is, and sharing stories. I love all of that. So yeah, stationery line would be awesome too, because I love stationery. Love my pens and notebooks and all that kind of stuff, folders. I love organisation. But I don't even know. My artwork as well, that's another branch, I suppose. Basically just to do what I love and to have it help people is what I would love. And there's this thing that I would really love to do. It's called the Creative Dream Bank, and I don't know if it's already a thing, but you might know, people who watch my channel, that I donate every month, and one of my months I donated it to just a fellow creative to spend some money on a craft item. And I would like to do that bigger scale and have people involved, kind of like the Beyond Blue fundraiser, I suppose, to have people who have the same heart that I do and the same core values of giving and creativity and using what we have to help others and encouraging people to come together and donate money into this bank thing. And whether it's 5 cents or $50 or $500, whatever anyone can give, it doesn't matter how much, it's just the heart behind it, that's all that matters. And then people can apply for some sort of craft item or a paper trimmer or to do a course, to do an art course, or to take a photography course, or to take a writing course, or a creative or writing retreat or something, or to help send their sister or their daughter to art school or something like that. And it doesn't even have to be a need. It could just be a want to, to just give someone a gift. But I love that, to have these people to be part of this, because their hearts are just, they want to give and encourage someone and support them in their dreams, to go after their creative dreams and to help them. And yeah, I don't know if that could be a thing. Maybe I could do it for a challenge or something, I don't know, and just start small and see if anyone else is interested in being part of this. Like, I'm all for it. I don't know, that there has to be someone else out there who might be for it. Yeah, I don't know. That's just an idea. Let me know what you think. So my idea is that the bigger Willow Bound Journals gets, the more I hope I will be able to give, if that makes sense. And if that happens, if Willow Bound Journals did become a big thing, then I would definitely be looking at more ways and bigger ways to give. And like, I already give the 5% of all sales to Compassion Beyond Blue, and 5% also to Lani's Art. They each get, 5%. And just to be able to do more, like, 10% eventually. And I don't know, more things. Yeah, doing what I love and having it help people is the dream. Alright, Angeli asks, what motivated you to open up a YouTube channel, and when did you start making journals? I started in August last year, like I said, and I actually have written down this specific date in a journal somewhere, because it was such a momentous moment, and I remember it crystal clear. It literally felt like a defining moment for me, such a distinctive moment. That night that I discovered junk journals on YouTube, just searching around and just randomly stumbled upon it, and through Johanna Klo and Amity Bloom. And what really got me going was just to see, like, I already love notebooks and journaling, but what struck me about these was that you could actually make a journal that looked pretty, with the pages looking pretty and not just blank pages. That really struck me, because beauty and aesthetics is such a big value of mine, and that just really, really inspired me and grabbed me. The other side of it, I also loved the idea of using your stash, your scraps and your things that you've been hoarding to make a journal. I love that kind of thrifty idea as well. So two sides, two different styles of journal making, but I loved both equally. Actually, I probably like the more beautiful side better, but I love both sides. And what motivated me to open a YouTube channel? Pretty much just watching everyone else on YouTube have a channel, like Johanna Klo, Amity Bloom, and Gail Agostinelli, just seeing them share their creations. But what really specifically got me to start was a video by Amity Bloom, where she shared some of her journey about her starting a channel and her junk journaling journey. And I'll try and find it. It was a long time ago when I found that video, but I'll try and find it and link it below. And I can't remember too well if it was this video or something else, but something about it spoke to me about, just I related to it in not knowing what would happen, and if anyone would watch the channel, or just being unsure about starting a channel, but then seeing her channel just bloom into this amazing thing. And that's what she said, that the community, she just loves the community and the support and encouragement. And that's what I found too. Like, I had no idea that this would be anything, and had no idea anyone would even watch my channel, to now have people who leave these beautiful comments on my videos. That's what I love most, is getting to know you and your story. I love, love, love that. Like I say, it's like treasure, your treasure, and getting to know you is treasure. And I'm so thankful that YouTube has brought this into my life. So yeah. Roz asks, do you intend to at some time put a bit of explanation with your art cards? I love the meanings behind them, maybe even a book. Okay, so there's a bit of a story with this. I do intend to put an explanation, but I'm just not sure how to do it, because I can either put just the title and a subtitle, or I can write out a paragraph summarizing the story, or I can include the full story, which can sometimes just be a paragraph, or it can be a whole page. And that's why I'm not sure if I put a little sticker on the back or something, or print it out on the back, or just include it separately as its own thing included with it. Let me know what you guys would like to see, because that will motivate me to actually do something. And yeah, actually get them up in my shop, because at the moment I'm like, I don't know which way to do it best. And yeah, a book has been in the works for a few years now. Lani's art, the artist I support, she, and the one who got me into journaling, into drawing, I contacted her, and we're in touch a little bit, obviously, because of me donating to her and everything. But she passed on the details to me, the publisher of her book that she did. And yeah, she knows them personally, so I got in touch with them and just said I knew Lani and everything, and they said they could do the same book that they did for her, the same style. And they gave me a quote and everything, and it was all good, but the quote was just much too expensive for me. You know, $2,000 or something, I can't remember, something $1,000 or something. And I ended up just going, okay, that's too much, and putting that idea aside. But the dream is still there to publish this book. And this is kind of it. Like, I've already got all the artworks and the stories written out and everything. And I could just maybe print this out and bind it and put it into a junk journal even. If anyone's interested in that, just let me know. I can certainly do something like that. I can definitely do an ebook too, if you're interested in that, because that's pretty cheap to do. Maybe $100 or $200 to do that, and I could do that right now if I needed to. But my heart is set on the print book version, and I don't know, my idea was maybe to raise money for it, do a fundraiser where I would sell art journal cards and my calendar with my artwork, and prints, A4 prints, and folded cards, and anything else you wanted, bookmarks, and even originals, which I haven't sold an original yet because I'm a bit attached to them. But I know some people have said they're interested in getting an original, and maybe one day I will let go of that attachment and put those up in my shop too. But if I could sell, you know, some of my artworks, and all that money will go towards publishing this book, maybe I could do that. Let me know what you think about that idea, and if it's worth trying. Yeah, and if any of those other ideas kind of resonated with you, just let me know, because I am all for getting this out there, and if it's speaking to you and helping you and you're liking my artwork, that's great, and I want it to be accessible for anyone who wants it. But just let me know what you want, and then I can work on it. Alexis and Melinda Art Space asks, how do you get your signatures so neat? Mine are never tight enough when I finish the binding. All I can say is I can link below the video where I've done binding before, if that helps, or if you would like me to do another one, just let me know. But yeah, all I do is cut the pages to size, line them up neatly, paper clip them together so they don't move out of place. And then with my thread, I guess, is just make sure I pull it tight all the way through. And when I do the knot, yeah, really pull. I go really tight to the point where sometimes I think maybe too tight, but no, it's all good. I just make sure, yeah, it's really tight. And there is a little trick that I share on one of the videos, not a trick, but, you know, a way of making sure it's pulled tight. And that's just going underneath the thread so that it stays tight, because otherwise you need to put your finger there or something, or get someone else's finger so that you can tie it tight. Whereas if you just sneak that little thread underneath the other thread and pull it, it stays tight for you. Not sure if that's helpful, but I'll find that video and link it below as well. Beth Scott asks, of all the journals you made, which one's your favourite and why? Well, I have to say the custom orders, especially that sunflower one and the memorial journal, because what I really love most with this making the journals is having it speak to the person and getting those little details right and the meaning behind it and the story. That's what I really love and connect with most. Other than that, I really loved that botanical journal, the big one. Well, I liked all of them, but the big book cover one, that was probably my favourite style so far, and I'm working on some more of those, actually. That's how much I love them. Chris Phillips asks, I love your artwork and that you openly share your story as a fellow sufferer. You're an inspiration to me. My question is, are you okay? And I did get in touch with her just to clarify, and she did mean with my mental health journey, and I can definitely say I am okay. No longer struggling with depression or anxiety, and I can say since that time when I did struggle, things have never been better. It feels like things are just going up and up and up, actually. So I am super thankful. Life is just, amazing. And I feel like I am being showered, and that's literally the picture God gave me. Is I felt like He's showering me with gifts upon gifts upon gifts. The gift of junk journaling and making journals, the gift of this junk journal community, the gift of writing, so much. The gift of creativity. I am absolutely so thankful. Every day I wake up and I'm just like, I can't wait to make a journal. It's just giving me so much joy beyond what I could imagine. Serendipity asks, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? This can be business-wise, or your journaling adventures, or personal endeavours. From your faith journals to your willow-bound business to your long walking trek, you've achieved so much already, and so very much an inspiration. Oh, thank you so much. I love that melts my heart. Where I see myself in 5 years, again, not really sure. I used to be one of those people who had a plan for everything, like in the future. Like I already have plans. Like I know exactly what I'm doing each day, that kind of thing, and what I'm doing the next day, and a week from now even, but not 5 years from now anymore, because I just am kind of going with the flow and seeing what happens and enjoying the ride. And not getting so caught up in having a plan, but just enjoying life now, if that makes sense, which was a big deal because that's not been my usual mode. I've usually been very planner, and things are going to look this way and look this way, and you can get disappointed in certain things like that. I remember when I was 8, my plan was always to be a zoologist, and that was my whole goal for all those years. And then when I graduated with honours in zoology, that's the moment I realised I didn't want to be a zoologist anymore. So that's kind of why I don't have a 5-year plan. And maybe I should, I don't know, maybe I will look at that in time. But what I can say is my hope is that in 5 years' time I am making a living from creativity and helping people through my words and art. And okay, Brave Blue Raven Art and Craft asks, if you could choose a dream job, way to earn a living, what would it be? Oh, well, definitely writing and art, creativity, junk journaling, all that, definitely. Another one is there a specific reason for you liking blue as your fave colour? Kind of hard to answer because we can't control what we like or don't like, or how much we like something. And I adore blue so much. Like my clothes are all blue, my room, everything in it is blue, and I'm one of those people who only wants blue. That's the thing. I mean, I know other people, they can have a favourite colour but still like having other colours in their wardrobe or their possessions, but for me it literally is it literally is just all blue. And I don't know why, but I do know I do love the ocean and that beautiful aqua blue and, you know, the sky and everything, but I'm not sure if I like that because I like blue or if I like blue because I like the ocean. You know, that kind of thing. I just know blue makes me really, really happy, and it makes me feel good, a really good effect on me. I don't know, I can't explain it. It's one of those transcendent things. It speaks to my soul, and I don't know why, but I just know it does. Wendy asks, what's your favourite style of journal to make and why? So yeah, already answered that one. So yeah, the paper bag glassine journals and the botanical vintage style, just because it's so beautiful and so fun. Suzanne Freeman asks, do you have a boyfriend? Yes, I know. Oh, yes, I did look at the others, and most were about art and journals. I'm a sticky pig. I love it. She's so funny. And this is a quick and easy one. The answer is no. But I love that. She's so funny. I love her lols, and it always, anytime I read her comments, I always get a laugh. So it's so fun. I think she would be such a joyful, jolly person, I reckon. Hello Be Natural asks, can you see yourself teaching others how to make journals and recording them, e.g. school and adult workshops? I think you'd be good at that. Well, definitely, I do kind of think of that. I would love to actually, with writing, do writing workshops and classes, and I actually have been working on a writing course that's been put on the back seat. But yeah, I would also do that with art as well, and love to have art workshops and things, and bookbinding classes and junk journaling classes for sure. Actually, going back to Bonnie's question, this was also my dream, kind of tied in with Words Like Silk and Willow Bound Journals. I would absolutely love to open up my own bookshop / creative studio / gallery. So it would be like, my idea would be a house, and the lounge room would be the library / bookshop, where people can just come in, and it's 24 hours. So inspired by 24-hour gyms, where people can just go there for a space that they can have to find their rest, to find their joy, or just to get away from stuff, you know, the busyness of home or whatever, so they can actually focus on their work. And they can read, they can do their writing there, they can do their journaling, they can do some artwork. So each room in the house, one would be a writing studio, one would be an art studio, one would be painting, one would be junk journaling, one would be a boardroom, so people can come in together and have camps there or something to journal, or have writing workshops or a writing retreat. And the bigger dream, again, is if it would be in this lovely garden area with waterfalls and rivers and a cafe, and I don't know, but people could bring their own food and put it in the fridge and heat up their food in the microwave. And yeah, that would be absolutely amazing to have this space, because I know how important it is for me to read, write and draw and create and junk journal. So I want to offer that space to other people. That's just a space that I reckon I would absolutely adore. And yeah, I am going to stop the video here because it's getting close to 29 minutes, and I will be back with the third installment. I hope you guys are crafting away and this isn't boring for you, and I hope you're having fun, because I'm having a ball. I love questions. Like I say, I love getting to know other people, and I ask so many questions to get to know them. and sometimes I can have to hold back because people think I'm weird, but that's just my heart. I love getting to know people, and the best way to do that is to ask questions, or one of the best ways anyway. So thank you for the opportunity to share my answers to these amazing questions. Anyway, okay, I'll be back.